both. Just over 13 and a half minutes left. That's such a long time. Roberto in close guard. He is one of the most dangerous close guards in the game. His legs are open, but Cade seems to not be buying it. Cade working to get out, and Roberto following him up here in this koala position. See if he tries to drag Cade back down to the mat with him. Opts for a little bit of a dummy sweep, but Cade's hip to it, pushes back in. Now things get tricky here if they manage to, there's still plenty of time, but the question then becomes, at the 10-minute mark when points are in effect, who would rather be on bottom? Because then you have the opportunity to sweep, which is arguably a little easier maybe than passing the guard. Of course, that varies per athlete, but it's something for them to be aware of as they approach that 10-minute mark. It's no surprise that the match is settled in a little bit here. They really were wide open on the throw. Oh, Roberto with a smooth sweep right into mouth.
Last match, but coming out hard, beautifully timed escape. You have to wonder if conditioning could be a factor in this match, and now he's pacing himself because he's aware that he's still got another 11 minutes to go. But look at that, man. Look at the way that...
From bottom, we saw that the Dante's only real attacks from bottom so far hasn't gone for any sweeps, was going straight after those legs. But Roberto, this close guard position is something that he's used so well all of 2020. We've seen him take the back from here a number of times. His ability to get to the back really is stunning. He can get there from so many different positions, whether it's from, you know, the sort of the Barambolo style entries and winning the battle that way, or even just straight up old school, good old fashioned fundamental jiu-jitsu from the close guard. And we don't see too much of that anymore, right, Shanji?
No, like the thing about the close guard that people need to know that you need to work from it, you know. I think the modern idea of jiu-jitsu is like giving that technique that works right away, you know, and I think close guard, you have to like mature the position and take your ability to you know, play with the balance, play with the posture, and then get your attacks. And I think people just like techniques that may seem like the ones that work right away. And also I can see Dante kind of like having a hard time figuring out how to fight to Jimenez, you know. I think Dante have not found his rhythm. I think Jimenez is being a very unconventional puzzle for Dante right now. You can see he's very concerned. He doesn't want to stand up as it is.
That is one thing that Dante did say again and again before this as well, is that Roberto is very unpredictable, and you know, he can do a little bit of everything, but it's very difficult to know what he's going to do.
Look at that back take that you're talking about.
He improvises a lot in the middle of the match, and it doesn't really have clear strategies. He just really goes with the flow, and for Dante, that does seem to be a frustrating puzzle at this moment, on top, inside the closed guard, and having trouble posturing out of it.
Yeah, because if you posture out, that's what Roberto wants, you know. He's been doing a really good job, again, breaking Dante's posture, but right now Dante's just on the bottom. I'd like to see maybe Roberto stay a little more sideways, even maybe playing a little rubber guard there. Could be a strategy, but we don't know. He's deciding to lock the triangle.
76% of Roberto Jimenez's wins this year have come by submission. That is a phenomenal statistic, very high percentage. And of course, that is against some of the best black belts in the world.
Yeah, so pretty much what Roberto is doing now, he locks the finger forward to try to get the underhooks. He has done that like 3 times already.
Roberto Jimenez was actually in the co-main event of our very first ever Who's Number One event at the very beginning of this year, going up against Keenan Cornelius in a gi match, and that was Roberto's black belt debut.
Yeah,
and he came out and he beat Keenan Cornelius in his first ever black belt match. Definitely set the scene for 2020. He's competed so much this year. He's had 29 matches since the beginning of this year, and like we said, made his black belt debut pretty much right at the beginning of this year.
And 30 fights in with this one.
20 years of age is Jimenez. and he's already gone up against some of the very best in the world. We talked about it earlier: Victor Hugo, Roberto Cyborg, Nick Rodriguez, and they're shooting up that triangle from the guard.
Nathan Orchard has the beard. Might be an easier way for you guys to understand this. The last time we saw Roberto Jimenez in this exact same position, which was 3 weeks ago right here at Submission Underground, he found a triangle choke from this very position. Look at Jimenez. Jimenez doesn't allow any space. Look at this. He's looking for a reversal, but there's no space. If you allow your opponent to posture, you essentially allow your opponent to stop the action. Jimenez does not allow you to stop the action. Now, Nathan Orchard has never... Okay, he meant... Now, that was nice. Wow, into a full mount.
Technology nowadays in modern jiu-jitsu, but it's definitely not his A game.
The shoulders trapped there. Really, Combs just powered out of that.
I mean, what do you guys think about John Combs' spats
you know
with
what?
the shorts?
It's a deadly combo.
I don't like it, but
I
I like this clinch here from Roberto.
Yeah, because he loves getting to the back from here, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he can hop off to a trip as well. He can hop to his feet if Combs pop. There it is. There it is. Hey. I called it. Yes, and he's going right to the back. He's so good here. He's so good at getting to the back off that clinch. Beautiful movement. Combs is definitely looking to pass. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not waiting for the overtime here.
And I think that he could have done more from the standing position, but right now getting sucked into Roberto's close guard is a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit surprised that competitors that allow the close guard to happen so
Triangle,
easily, because something like that can happen. If he can get the head and pull it down, we can see a finish here. This is going to be tight.
He's got 20
short
seconds
time,
to
20
go.
seconds. That's plenty of time. Well, I like to see a fist in the neck here.
Roberto switches
That's right,
to the
he's
reverse
changed
triangle
it.
right now. He's also working on the arm.
I can't see the arm here.
He's
I don't
got
know
an
if it's a
underhook.
straight
He's got
arm
an
lock.
underhook, and he's going to rip it out into the Kimura.
There it is. Oh, shit.
And he's
It
trying to
looks
pull
tight.
it out, but he's got 3 seconds remaining. I think Combs is going to cut this one
That's
out.
going to be it. He
He
swept
used in
from
the Ruotolo match,
he swept
right?
from here,
Right.
and he almost got the triangle. It was
Right.
tight. I think with more time, he could have made something with that.
100%.
Either a sweep or a finish.
I think we'll see Roberto use a similar strategy to as he did against Ruotolo. Try and come up, try and take the back here. Combs, for me, has got one objective right now, and that is to get up and to get out of that close guard.
Yeah, I like that double bicep control that he uses. You can see he's got to be careful push on the leg like that.
Yeah, that's going to give
I
the
mean,
triangle, and here it is once
there
again.
it is.
Very easy. Roberto Jimenez climbs up the legs.
Now, he's got plenty of time. We're in the exact same position. Now, I'd like to see a fist in the neck here from Roberto Jimenez. If he can put his right fist in the neck, he can
Switches to the
finish his
reverse
choke
triangle. Now,
here.
if he sweeps from here, then he's going to get the 2 points, and he could win by golden score.
And what is he going to do with his right hand? Because he has an opportunity to
Yeah.
either move that.
There's the
He's got the
sweep. It's
Kimura.
going to happen.
Hey!
That's going to be 2.
I thought I saw a tap there.
He's got the Kimura.
There it
And he gets the finish.
Beautiful.
Stoner. If you watch Submission Underground, you know who Don Stoner is. Don Stoner is in many ways, for me as a viewer, the new age Jeff Munson. He understands base, he understands strategy, he can slow a match, and nobody can get close to submitting him because he will not allow himself to be caught. Don Stoner had no problem accepting this match. Don Stoner's about to be in a triangle. If he doesn't get that arm back in there, he had better posture up. Roberto Jimenez Freshly turning 19 has got a very tight hold here. A triangle choke is a devastating technique that will even work at the end of a match. It does not rely. It will not be countered due to a sweat or a slipperiness of your opponent to catch this early. Stoner's only got a couple of options. First and foremost, he needs to posture to bring his hips in, both his hands on it. Taylor, Jimenez is the one on bottom. Jimenez with more hair. Is that gonna help for anybody? Taylor with less hair. Taylor on top, Jimenez on bottom. It's exactly where Jesse Taylor wants to be, and it's exactly where Jimenez wants to be. Division I wrestler on top. Jiu-jitsu master on bottom. One of the oldest storylines in the sport. Oh, that was savvy. Jesse Taylor turns and puts Jimenez's head into the fence. That will just limit options. Much like when you see in an MMA fight, you see your great ground and pound, your Randy Couture's, your Kevin Randlemans of the world. They would always use that fence as a way of just stopping their opponent. If you're going to strike a guy, you must stop the guy first. If you're going to submit a guy, you must stop the guy first. Jesse Taylor, very wise. Jimenez. Jimenez versus Don Stoner. Found this exact same position. Taylor doing a great job. Oh, beautiful defense. No, Jimenez transitions right into it.